rainy, humid, muggy week going.
Boys, happy Monday. Let's get to it. All right, so first thing we got to do is get those hoses made for that hom roller, and then see wherever the hells we go from there. We are going to take a look at that C44 to see what the possible failure was. I have some areas of interest, and then we'll see what else we get into today. So enjoy, boys.
All right, so this is not an accurate way to check run out, but this is a way that I'm going to use to check run out. Well, boys, you look at the plates, and yeah, every one of these has got metal in it. Bottom of the oil filter, yep, all metal. So can I tell you what the analysis is there? I don't think it matters at this point. Integral block, that's problem number one. Number two, even if it's a wrist pin that broke, I'm sitting there scraping the hell out of the fucking walls. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, you, my friend, are going to get replaced. Alright, so finally getting back on the old Bomag 85 Hundo here, and going to go and throw those relays on to get this unit started. And I don't know, we're just kind of fiddling through the day, boys. Just kind of fiddling through the day. If you guys don't have one of these, pick one up. They're usually cheap. You can get them at Hobo Freight. And all you're really doing is applying 12 volts to these to the contacts and making sure that it switches. And it's also a good way of checking to make sure after so many cycles, does it still close the contacts. Moment of truth, does it start?
Boys, pulling up to old Metro Bobcat. All right, so we're just going to go in and get parts. We're not going to buy a hat. All right, guys, I didn't get a hat, but I did get a grease fitting rejuvenator. I wanted to try one of these.
Well, boys, we got hoses, we got rain, and we got one hell of a walk ahead of us. Let's get to it. We got our bag full of shit. Let's get to it. And it's not illegal to cross this line. It's all good. Here we go. Still walking. Getting closer, boys. Hey, look, boys. Roller's still going. Remember that unit? Stop being distracted, Mike. We're almost there. And we've made it. All right, let's get these fucking hoses changed. I swear, boys, I have no faith in parts, period. All right, you see that one? It's got the O-ring right there on the center. All right? That's right. What are we missing here, boys? Walk of shame, boys. Walk of shame. Walked all the way out here, thought I had everything I needed. Nope. All right, boys, new hoses. Everything's all nicey nice. Everybody's happy. Now to take my horrible ass walk back to the truck and have a good night. See you guys in the next video.
I'm gonna say it, and I don't give a fuck if it pisses you off. 70% of the snap-on tools you fuckers buy are not worth the ass fucking you take to get them.
Breaking news. That's right, boys. Effective August 1st this year, there will be a replacement for the current Deere dealership in the state of Maryland, whose name will remain nameless. You may ask yourself, well, this Deere dealership that's in Maryland, who'd they get purchased by? Well, the verdict is still out, but I think a lot of people are going to be pretty pumped by the recent acquisition of this said Deere dealership. So, Maryland, you've got better Deere coverage coming, boys. Just out here, new boot goofing on a Tuesday, boys. Let's get it.
All right, boys, happy Tuesday. Getting back at it, we have the MT85 we're going to go back out to this morning and start reassembly on that. Aside from that, I have no idea what the hell else we're getting into, so enjoy.
All right, guys, we got the old MT85 here. We're going to get back on. Got the manifold we got to do. We've got to reseal the muffler. We've got engine mounts to do. Fuel shutdown solenoid. Reseal the thermostat. Put a new thermostat in it. Flush cooling system. So we got a lot of shit to do on this thing. Probably not going to get half of it done today because I'm the only one down here today, and I'm probably going to have some shit to break. So let's get to it. You know, it can't be me. I can't be the only one this happens to. You put a damn drain pan that is the damn near the size of the fucking machine under the machine to drain the coolant, and you get more out of the fucking than you do in the fucking bucket. I give up. Well, part strikes again. Part 2. All right, so here's my drive belt. And here's a drive belt from Bobcat. Accessory drive. High stat drive. Fuck! They say diesel mechanics need bigger tools. Let me tell you something. Don't get much bigger than these boys. Alright, so we got a new thermostat, resealed that, and we got a new gasket. It's got to be resealed. Let's go ahead and clean up the block and put that back in.
Just remember, boys, when it gets hot, it's time for you to get innovative. Well, boys, engine mounts are all in. Thankfully, I had this TikTok shop ratchet strap. We got that fresh manifold on there, fresh studs, fresh hardware, the whole shebang-a-bang. Look at that thing, looks like fucking sarin coated. God damn. That's heat treated right there, boys.
Where we're at for the day. Again, we're missing the drive belt. That should be in tomorrow. On top of that, if you guys know, you know, I'm missing something right there. Well, that kind of got kicked and yeah, broke the shit out of that, so that's also ordered. Awesome. All right, D5K, apparently crank no start. Let's get into this one.
Well, that's a lot of faults. Jesus Christ.
Well, boys, F10 fuse. Looks like somebody's been in here doing some fuckery. Yeah. No, it was loose in there. Guess what? Things are starting to work.
Wow, I've got my gauge cluster back.
Let's see if it fires now.
Wowzers. How about that? Look, boys, no more active codes. Oh, wow. That was awesome.
By the time this day is over, I'll probably have a damn mental breakdown. Give me a mental breakdown. Give me a stress test. Making my damn hernia hurt, making my begonias hurt, making my brain hurt, being an insane asylum. I'm too old for this.
All right, boys, Tech Tip Tuesday. So you're doing an exhaust manifold that's got studs and bolts, all that fun stuff. Well, there's a number of ways to install new hardware. So if the studs are being replaced or you're installing new studs, whatever, you can get one of these fancy little stud installers and removal tools. They're great when they work. When they don't work, what do? Well, the old double nut method, that is what will win every time. You're going to tighten the inside nut to the outside nut, and then you can use that outside nut and just go ahead and run the stud in. So there you go, Tech Tip Tuesday. Most guys know that, but every once in a while it's good to have a good little refresher, little reminder sometimes, boys. Have a good day.
I love when people say, I tried to call you. Like, yeah, I know. I watched it ring and then go to voicemail. I'm not picking that up.
All right, boys, let's start a wet and wild Wednesday.
All right, boys, happy Wednesday. I have no idea what we're getting into. Obviously, we're still waiting for parts to come in through Metro. They should be here at some point this morning or into the early afternoon. We do have some parts coming in for the D5 that we looked at yesterday with the fuse panel issue. I've got a new fuse panel coming for that, as well as a DPF inlet temp sensor. So aside from that, boys, enjoy. Dollar operator, boy. Fucking high dollar operator.
All right, Bobcat E35i, got a track roller to do. Let's get to it. Yep, this is how we start the morning out, boys. This is how we start the morning out. Help me find the grease fitting. It's in here. I know it. Don't really think you're supposed to do that, though. Now I just need to get it out. Track roller reminds me of your mom. Blown the fuck out. And good as new. Ish. While we wait for parts for this unit, I thought we'd go ahead and service it, because why the hell not? Oh, she's a gusher, boys. But some days it's just easier this way. Just like that, boys. Impact for the win. Let's go. And it's going to take 3 days to drain. Awesome. And while we wait for the next natural disaster, I'll go ahead and top off the old coolant. Yeah. Whatever you boys do, don't drink the blue drink. Don't do it. Seems tempting. Just don't do it. Nothing but the finest. Bobcat 1540. All right, another Bomag roller. No crank, no start. Let's get to it.
Well, it starts and runs after they jump started it. That seems a little low.
All right, so we isolate the battery cables, just the battery itself. Battery comes back good, no complaints there. Tested all the relays, tested the cables. I'm starting to think I overthunk the wheel on this deal. So we're going to give it back to them, let them have it, and let them run it. They may have just kept the thing with the master on for too many days. I don't know. No real parasitic draw either.
What are you going to do for me?
What do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to save the fucking day.
So, I can fix a lot of shit. But one thing I can't fucking fix is my mother-in-law's daughter's attitude.
So I was just thinking, like, fucking, we do shitloads of hours, right? And we pay shitloads of tax. Like, easy support fucking 3 single mothers and 2 junkies a month. And I was just thinking, like, you know how you sponsor a kid in Africa and they send you photos? Wouldn't that be fucking cool if they did that with our tax money? Like, every once in a while I just get a photo of fucking, you know, Jessica with her fucking 2 kids and, you know, see where my money's going.
Another rainy day. Welcome to Thursday.
All right, boys, let's go ahead and scream. It's Thursday. We're almost to Friday. All right, so we're going to Metro Bobcat first thing this morning. I'm not going to buy a hat. I tell you, I'm not going to buy a hat. We got the parts for the MT85. We're going to go ahead and get those taken care of and get that unit back up and running today. And then whatever the hell else decides to break and whatever we can get to. So enjoy, boys.
All right, boys, we've landed in the land of Bobcats. Let's get our parts.
Got our parts, so let's go ahead and get back to the job site because apparently the D6N went down. And yeah, I did buy a hat. Fuck.
We're back on this turd right here. It's low on TDTO, and complaint is hard shifting forward to reverse. You know, that's pretty much the common D6N issue. I've been told them previously that we have issues with the converter speed, and probably also have an issue with the aluminum piston support. But we'll get further into it, check pressures, and top off the fluid, obviously. And probably need to charge the accumulator. That's probably a plus.
So first things first, I do want to hook up to it with ET, check codes, no event code, and no log codes, and nothing's active right now. So we'll look at engine speed over converter speed, see if we got any overspeed on the converter. A little over.
All right, so there's your fluid that's drained out of the filter housing. Doesn't look too hateful, a little burnt, but nothing too bad. That's all we really got as far as metal or anything inside the filter housing. There we go, focus a little bit there. And the filter itself doesn't look that hateful. So what we're going to do is put a new filter in it, clean the housing up, recalibrate the transmission, probably check pressures, and then go from there. Well, operator's complaint was second gear forward, so we're going to start out with that. So we're in 2 and 4 clutch packs. All right, so the spec is 352, and we're a little low there. Let's go ahead and try to bump up the RPM. That's mo better.
So as of right now, we are going to go ahead and calibrate the transmission. I do still need to obviously charge the accumulators, but for the time being, we want to make sure that all of our modulation valves are good, and this is a good quick test. Now that we know our pressures are good, fluid level's fine, filtration's good, everything there is good. Converter speed's a little high though. All of our modulation valves are good. Pressures are good. Converter, meh. Charge the accumulator, and this thing should be able to run and hopefully stop banging around on the operator.
Finally, finishing up the MT85. Got a new dust cap right there, new air filter indicator, new drive belt, fully serviced. Let's get this thing running, let it bleed out for a while, and put this unit back in service.
Here's how you make my super easy 2-ingredient, low-calorie, no bake, no refrigerate, no flour, no sugar, no gluten, no egg, no carb, no fat, no woman, no cry, no beans, no greens, no potatoes, no tomatoes, no lambs, no rams, no hogs, no dogs, no chicken, no turkeys, no rabbits, you name it! High-protein peanut butter banana oat bars. So first take
for oil.
What? Huh? Oil? Who said something about oil, bitch? You cooking? Oh.
So we'll look at engine speed over converter speed, see if we got any overspeed on the converter. A little over.
Well, operator's complaint was second gear forward, so we're going to start out with that. So we're in 2 and 4 clutch packs. So we'll see what our pressures are. All right, so the spec is 352, and we're a little low there. Let's go ahead and try to bump up the RPM.
So at least all of our modulation valves are good. Pressures are good. Converter, meh. charge the accumulator, and this thing should be able to run and hopefully stop banging around on the operator.
Customer complaint, the sumbitch won't fucking idle properly. Probably gonna be injectors, but we'll see.
All right, boys, best day of the week. It's Friday. Let's go.
All right, boys, happy Friday. We've made it. Yes. All right, so we're going to finish back out on the D6 and the day. We're going to charge the accumulator for the powertrain, test drive it, give it back to the operator, see how it performs, and then go from there. Aside from that, I really don't know what's going on. We've had a lot of rain over the weekend, and we'll see if anything's actually going to be happening today. So enjoy, boys. Did you ever have a fuel experience that just makes you question everything in life? Like you just said, fuck it, give me 20 gallons, let me get the fuck out of here. And on top of that, the motherfuckers wouldn't even let you get a goddamn receipt. Like, I need the receipt, but fuck it, right? You know, fuck. And you get 20 gallons and your truck's like, that's it? Is it in yet? Come on. All right, doing a little sys action this morning, checking the accumulator pressure that I need to set the powertrain to, and yeah, 130 PSI, that's a whopping, whoo! That's really gonna do something. So let's go ahead and get this unit charged up. All right, boys, we got a fresh unit right here. Let's get this regulator set up going. All right, so as I previously mentioned to you guys, we're starting out with a baseline of 0. So get this thing charged up to 130 PSI. Let's get it. So we went a little over on the charge, but you know what? At least it's charged. As you can tell there, definitely signs of oil. So it's bypassing. Yay. I mean, so far it feels pretty good. We'll see what the operator thinks. Well, boys, time to piss off some operators, because we ain't doing third gear forward or third gear reverse. Ta-da! You're getting second. Just when you start getting into something, guess what? Boom. I'm going to stop here. We got 336 with a hydraulic leak. Let's get to that. Brian broke the excavator. That line right there, unlike the other three that look like ass too, but that one is the fucking culprit. Boys, I really feel like I'm in my prime. I got my hose riding shotgun with me. Hose installed. Before. After. Gotta keep these Perkins engines alive somehow.
No, it's how to make fucking grease. Who the fuck greased this fucking thing? God damn!
There's two things in this life I ain't ever seen. That's a turtle with speed and a bitch I need. Come in with it.
He's the biggest piece of shit I've ever met in my life, and I've met some big pieces of shit. In life and in a toilet.
If you're having a bad day, just remember life is like a wiener. Sometimes it gets hard for no reason, but it won't stay hard forever.
Breaking news, I ain't go to school for none of this. What you seeing me do is a product of the majesty of trial and the tortures of error. Now, I'm good as a motherfucker at it though, right? But it's gonna be a point where you see me do something that might not be my best work.